Hey, I'm Melody, and you're here to see the best of, my best games of 2017. For me, 2017 has been a fun year and also very fast year. It feels like it's still been, like it was 2016 yesterday, and we're already going into 2018 soon. In 2017, I turned 17. And I went on a mission trip in the summer to Trinidad. That was pretty cool. And also, we got to go on a cruise like last week. I'm just ironically wearing the shirt. I didn't do that on purpose. And also, what else happened? Not much, in my opinion. But it was still fun, and yeah. And I'm also a senior, which is okay. I'm looking forward to college, like, yay, college, and also, boo, leaving home and going to college. Anyway, let's get to the games. My number 10 is a game called Ethnos. Ethnos is a game where you're trying to get, like, the same type of cards so that you can put, like, those characters, which are, like, fantasy creatures, just creatures, onto different parts of the board, and you're trying to control them. And getting like a certain amount of cards in each group will get you like points according to the card, and also the cards do different things. I really like the game because trying to get the cards that you want, and also maybe trying to mess up other people so that they don't get the points or control the region that you're really trying to control. I thought the game was a lot of fun. Which is why it's my number 10. And next, number 9, Bunny Kingdom. I just think the look of this game is really cute. That's not why it's my number 9, but Bunny Kingdom is a game where you're drafting cards with other players, and you're putting bunnies and little castle thingies onto a grid board, and you're trying to like put all your bunnies in like a big area to score a lot of points. Also, you get different other cards like treasures that will maybe not put a bunny on the board but get you more points at the end of the game. I thought the game was actually pretty simple, but it was a lot of fun trying to get the cards that will put their bunnies, at least trying to put them closer to each other, while also making sure your opponents are not ruining your plan of trying to put the bunnies together. And like I said earlier, the artwork of this game is very fun, very cute. The bunny's ears are very pointy. I pricked myself a couple times with them. And the colors are a bit weird, like black, pink, yellow, and another one. It wasn't white. But yeah, that's Bunny Kingdom. Number 8. This was a game I got to play at Gen Con, which was a convention I got to go to this year. That's another thing. Yeah. Gen Con was pretty cool. And Meeple Circus, which is my number 8, it looked really cool from the cover of the box. I was very excited to play the game. It's a game where you get like meeples and animals and like like a thin strip block thing, like a board, like a wooden board, except it's a wooden piece, and you're just stacking them to get different objectives type of thing to get a lot of points. So you're trying to make it higher, which I found was really difficult for me because trying to get those things to be high, it is not easy. So I just kind of stuck with more making different groups and trying to get more points that way. But the look of the game was amazing. It really did feel like you're doing a meeple circus, like, okay, do the whole balancing act, there you go. And the animals, and they're just so cute. I hated putting the stickers on the meeples because I was like, okay, stickers, yay. Meeple Circus was just a lot of fun to play. So that was my number 8. My number 7 is Century Golem Edition. I have not played the Spice Road version, only the Golem Edition, so that's why that one's on my list. I really enjoyed this game because in the game you get like these gems. Like you have this little gem cart that can only hold a certain amount of gems or rocks, shiny rocks, whatever. And what you're trying to do is that you're trying to get these certain gems to get golems, and the golems have like a varied amount of points on each one. Like the more points it is, the harder it is to get. And to get these gems, you can get these cards that will let you do certain things. Like some cards will give you just gems, while other ones will trade certain color gems for different ones. So I thought that game was really cool. It really looked nice. I really liked the mat that we had. I did not play without the mat, but the mat definitely makes it look a lot nicer and puts it together better. And so Century Golem Edition was a really interesting game, and that's why it's my number 7. Number 6, Majesty for the Realm. This is a game I recently played. My dad was excited to show me this one, so I knew that meant it was a good game, or at least to him. Majesty for the Realm, you have this little cards that are out, and when on your turn, you're gonna grab one of those cards. You can pay meeples to like pick a card higher on the row, because you can only pick like the first card. If you want one that's higher in the row, you have to like pay the meeples and get those cards. And so you're getting those cards to place on this. You have like a couple cards that like with different buildings, and you're trying to get people to go into those buildings, and those people will do different things. Almost all, I'm pretty sure everything gives you points, but they all have like their own way to get points. You can attack people, you can protect yourself from those people who are mean, or you can just try to get all the different colors, because each person's like a different color. There's like royalty, there's like wheat people, and then there's like beer maker people, and farmers, and each one has like their own color. And like if you get like all the colors, or like as many different colors, you can get more points that way too. Or you try to get the most of one color. I thought this game was really interesting because I did like grabbing cards and trying to put them in their places to get a lot of points. I really did like the cards, how if you put them together, it makes like the one panorama thing. I love that because it looks really nice. And for me, I just really like the game, getting the cards, putting them in the spots. Pretty sure I said that. But yeah, this game was a lot of fun. So that was number 6, Majesty for the Realm. Number 5, Downforce. This game was a game that I was surprised to see that it was a lot of fun. When I opened the game, I was like, okay, this is just another one of those racing games. Because most of them are pretty much the same kind of feel to it. You just race your cars around the track, and you try to be first or last, depending on what type of game it is. Downforce is a game where you own like a couple cars. I don't know if it varies between players. I've only played it 4 players. And so you own cars, and you're trying to make your cars win. Or you try to make the cars that you bet that will be like bet on, because there's like 3 different times you can do that. And you're trying to bet on cars that you're going to think are going to win. I really like this game because the cards that you get to kind of move the cars, I think they move like all the cars, unless you get, or most of the cars. Like there'll be like orange can move 6, green moves 5, blue moves 4. And so you're trying to move your cars forward, and also try to keep the cars that are like the ones that you do not want to win like back. But sometimes you'll have to play like a higher card for a certain color just to be able to move your own color or someone else's color, just in case if you want them to win. I found this whole game really interesting. I really liked playing it. Like I don't know, something about the game just made me want to play it twice. And I was just like, yep, let's go. I really liked the look of the game. It was a really simple-ish racing game, but it was a lot of fun. Number 4, which sounds like number 5, but it's not, is Dice Forge. This game I got to play with Amy, and I was really happy to find a game that she will play with me. Dice Forge is a game where you have these 2 dice that you start with, and when you roll them, you get those resources that are on the dice. But the thing is, when you get those resources, so is everyone else at the table. So you're collecting these resources to get these cards that are on the board. They're like there are like two resources. There's like the moonstone and then like the fire orange stone. And then you have gold to buy different sides to the dice that you can pop off and like place a new one and kind of like upgrade your dice. I thought that was really cool. I do like how you can customize like your own dice, make them different from others, give yourself like really good things to help you get more stuff to get the better cards that require more resources, but either give you a lot of points or like special abilities that you can do. So Dice Forge was a very fun, nice looking game. I really did like the game. Number 3. This one I was very happy with. This game I did not allow my dad to get rid of. It's not on these shelves, sadly. But I kept it anyway. It's Kitchen Rush. This game is a very speed cooperative game. Very speedy. And fast, and my goodness. You only have 4 minutes to be able to complete orders and wash dishes and cook the food and get ingredients for the food. It's a very well themed game. It really does feel like you're in a restaurant making and food and giving it out to the people who are waiting for it. I thought it was very interesting, a lot of fun. I did like how you're working together to fill out these not easy objectives. Like, I learned that even the easy one is like, people can beat it, but it's still nerve-wracking because you only have 4 minutes to be able to do all this stuff, and the whole cooperative part, you do have to work together. If you work on your own, you're just gonna lose. And I liked how you had timers to go on the different spaces, so you couldn't move it until the timer ran out. The different sand amounts in the timer, I don't know why they did that, but it was just a very fun game, and I hope to play it again. My number 2, this one, I was surprised when we first got this one. This is actually more of a whole category than a game itself, because I don't really think I can just say, oh, this one was better than all the other ones, so I'm just going to put this one on my list. It is the escape room games. So I'm putting all of those into one category. I really, really like these games because they're just so much fun to do. They can be a bit nerve-wracking because you're trying to finish the different puzzles in the time that you have. Most of them you are trying to escape whatever you are in, or just figuring out a puzzle for a guy who's creepy. Escape room games, this was definitely like a new type of game this year. Usually I don't pick up new themes or different ways to play games as fast as my dad does. I'm like, oh, this is cool. Oh, that's a new thing? Okay. Escape room games, they're fun. And I love the different puzzles, or at least most of them. There are some that are annoying and I just don't like to do. But when you have more people at the table, well, you don't want too many because then it's not fun. But with the different people, they can do different puzzles while you're working on one or working together to finish a puzzle. Like trying to find little clues and hints in the cards. It was just so much fun. And I actually hope to do an actual escape room sometime. That would be cool, and maybe all these games will help me do an actual escape room better. So that's my number 2, escape room games. So much fun. Now for my number 1. Okay. My number 1 is Charterstone. I have actually not played the entire game because this is a legendary, one of those legendary games. Legacy, not legendary. Legendary is a different game. Legacy, they sound the same, whatever. Charterstone, when I first saw the box, I didn't even know it was a Legacy game. I was just like, oh, this looks like a really cute, not small, really cute game. The pieces looked amazing, but then I found it was a Legacy game, and then I was like, oh, that's cool. This game, you're trying to put your people onto these buildings that give you resources to build more buildings. So you're like kind of building the board as you go along. And so there's it's really cool just building the board and seeing the different types of buildings there are. The artwork for it was really cool. I liked how each person like could start with like their own type of buildings, and then maybe like get different ones depending on what cards you get. I really like the different things you can do in the game, and just the look of the game, I just really liked it. And it just worked together well. And this was one legacy game that I definitely want to get like my own copy, because I believe they finished it. And so like it's like, okay, my turn, give me a copy and I'm gonna play it again. This is definitely a game, even though it is a legacy game, this one I will not get tired of, because there's just so many different things you can do. And like you can even like change where you are and get like new buildings. So Charterstone, that's my number one, and it was just so much fun to play. Even if I only got to play like 2 rounds, I definitely wanted to play it again. And so that's my top 10 games of 2017, and hopefully I'll see you guys again soon. Bye!